Hard 6 coming out.
Don't sound drunk.
We're
What?
fine.
Welcome to Something Crunchy. Tyler is homies with Blake. Blake is the older bro of Blair. Blair is married to Tyler and is a slutty slut.
Welcome to Something Crunchy.
What the hell is crunchy?
Welcome to Something Crunchy.
All right. Welcome to the Something Crunchy Season 6 finale.
Woo!
It's been a strong season. Some might even say our crunchiest season yet. We are here to determine this tonight. This finale has been delayed for reasons aplenty. We've had to fight the plague, production issues, holidays with the family. It's a never-ending stream of pain and suffering. Our very crunchtastic R&D department whipped us up another banger and lost it after 30 hours of work. Bogey. They got it back, have something ready, and assured us this won't be anywhere near as good as it would have been the first one. No, we have 2 scoops of fun tonight, and we're switching up the order. Apparently, the best of our non-interview material is so not suitable for work, it's best played after something we can be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with some memorable moments shared with our guests this season.
Oh, I love it.
So many similarities. Oh my God, I'm really just seeing this right now with Blair and Tyler and Blake. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in therapy, and all I needed was BTB.
10 minutes on the crunch and we got you straight.
Please welcome our friend Tommy Chong.
Hey, thank you. Please sit down, please.
Please welcome the one and only Jim Pittick.
Yeah!
Hey, how are you?
Please welcome Rob Mayer and David Keckner.
Hey. Nice, good intro.
Please welcome Alan Havey.
Wow. I didn't know you guys had a live audience here. It's very impressive.
Please welcome Gina Hecht.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please welcome Jarvis George. Please welcome Marty York.
What's up, everybody? That's a heck of an introduction right there.
Please welcome Jesse Cove.
Hey, guys. I'm a crunchy guest. I like it.
Yes, you sure are.
Please welcome Carson Holmes.
Hey.
Please welcome Peter Friedman. Please welcome Billy O'Leary.
Hi, welcome
music.
to the Billy O'Leary Show. I would like to introduce to you Blake, Tyler, and Blair. We've been doing this for quite some time, damn it. They've been putting in effort. Okay? We're gonna see how this goes. Excellent. Guys, welcome to the show. What was to ask me?
I love all the crunch references. It's really funny.
So you guys were like, okay, hold my beer. Something like that in the plan.
Our microphones are melting in front of us. Yeah, we are glad to have you back in the desert this weekend, just in time for spatula season. That's the time of year when your balls stick to the side of your leg.
Oh, lovely.
So are you talking about a Turner spatula or a spatula you might use to get some mayonnaise out of a jar?
Good question. I'm thinking the one you flip burgers with.
Okay, sure.
Dave is a spatula aficionado.
Not everyone knows.
So what would you like to talk about?
First things first. Are the rumors true? Are we talking to the next Wyatt Earp right now?
I think so.
Yeah. One more time.
That
Give it up for the
deserves
man.
another round of applause.
Wow, thank you guys. That's so kind.
That is super exciting.
Yes.
Wyatt, we are rolling. Well, let's start with Ozark. The show just wrapped up this year, and if I remember correctly, you were the last surviving Langmore, were you not?
I am, yeah, or it was, yeah. So it's pretty cool. I feel like I won Ozark, honestly.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
You did.
Yes,
Epic.
you did kind of win Ozark. That's awesome.
You know, I theoretically inherited everything, and I'm like, basically everybody else has moved out of the Ozark. It's all mine. So, you know, I think things are looking up for 3, I think.
Yeah,
hopefully.
for sure. Yeah, have you pitched your spinoff series to Bateman yet? I know you guys can't see Marty, but he's all muscles. He could play the Beast.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm playing in the TV show.
Yeah.
I like how everyone thought you looked like Pauly D until they sat you right next to him, and you looked like Pauly D and a half, maybe Pauly double D.
Pauly Double D, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him now. Next
More
time.
accurate.
Please do. Yeah, he's got work to do.
I didn't know Dave was Lil Dicky when I first showed up on set.
How did you react to seeing the script or learning about the girthy amount of penis-related content written into the show?
And Donna, Laura, actually, Pepin, she directed the last episode I was in.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it really felt like an extension of where we were at, you know. Instead of her being in the show, she's like the director. It was pretty cool.
Because he doesn't trust me as much as he once did after that attempted coup with Kendall, season 2, you know.
I didn't want to have to bring that up.
That was surprising. That was surprising.
Well, it's the last time I was respected, you know. So,
Now, remember, I was in less than 20 episodes. Packer would show up like twice, 3 times a year.
Right.
Now, the thing is, obviously, the character is really impactful.
Yes.
And they do talk about Packer often when he's not there. And there are some times, I believe, when there are episodes where it feels like, is Packer going to come? So I think his presence, for whatever reason, is sometimes threatening. It's like a storm. That's what Packer is. It's a bad storm. You just have to weather until it goes away, and then you hope it doesn't come back. But then sometimes I think in the mood or the tone of the show might be like, fuck, is Packer going to show up? But otherwise, it's unlike any sitcom, I believe, in television history.
And on Mad Men, when you were casted, you weren't just a guy in the office. Your character took over Draper's job, took his office, and you were his superior.
It still blows my mind. Because, it's my wife will say, "Do you believe it?" I go, "Nope, I don't believe it." This is like,
these guys are really taking chances. These guys just don't fucking care. They're gonna, they're just gonna throw it all in. It's great. They're daring. They're very daring.
Do you and your husband watch it?
Oh my God! Watch Dave? Yes.
Who is it watching?
Yes. And let me tell you something. I will go back and rewatch an episode that I'm not in, that I thought was I think they're all good, but that I thought was a particularly good episode. I've watched the season finale of season 2 maybe 3 times.
It's incredible.
It is.
And hopefully you were as inspired by the milking table as Blair and Tyler were.
I thought that was so fucking funny. I thought it was so great. And when Andrew, Mike, the character Mike, pulls into that garage at the end of that episode, I was screaming. It was so funny. And I have to tell my friends and, my sister, who's 14 and a half years older than I am, and I said, okay, so you always want to know when I'm on something. I'm on something, and I will just tell you now, you should probably take a Valium and a glass of wine before you sit down and watch this. The show was called The Untitled Little Dicky Project. And, so I thought, what the fuck is this? But okay, I'm definitely in.
Yeah.
I definitely want to be a part of this. I don't know what it is, but
we don't blame you.
I'm all in for the ride here.
And shit, but I actually saw him earlier on Sway in the Morning, and he caught my eye in the way that he probably catches most people's eyes. It was like this white dude who has like crazy flow. Like
he could spit.
And he's an incredible actor, so I couldn't be more excited working with one of my best friends.
Super exciting. I'm as bright as the milk. Well, I agree with you in a general sense, but I do feel like there's laying more to the story.
Yeah, there's so much
I
more to
agree.
the story.
I'd love to see a spinoff.
For
I'd
sure.
love to see a spinoff come. Me and Puck.
You and baby Zeke now report to the cartel. He's grown up,
Yes,
and
exactly.
you and baby Zeke take over.
I love it.
If this wasn't like in the hip hop world, that character would have been the George Costanza. It would have been the hyper neurotic. Wow. I'm freaking out at everything.
We had on Jarvis George a few weeks ago, who also appeared on Dave, and he had a really interesting take on Gaeta. He said if you remove the hip hop culture out of the show, Gaeta is basically the George Costanza character in reference to his anxiety. Being George Costanza's therapist, I'm wondering if you could speak to that.
Oh, that's so interesting.
I know people would love it. So, Disney, you hear that? If you're listening to something, get on it.
Yes, exactly. Like, everyone wants to see this.
All right, Wyatt, you're an oak. Let's move on.
Can't help yourself, can you?
I know. We have a lot in common. You have a podcast with your family. I have a podcast with my family. Your family is of Hollywood fame. Our fame is recognized more in the carnival crowds. Blair, of course, in the donkey show circuits.
Shut up.
And you guys have been performing with one another for several years now. What brought you two together, aside the obvious sexual chemistry?
Yeah, Tinder. No, we just worked.
Tinder for comics.
We still got it. I mean, we're still pretty good at baseball, which I was surprised about.
So you played in the game, lost to Lori Petty and company, and the most memorable part about the whole thing was Wade Boggs.
Yeah, Wade Boggs was awesome, man.
I'm dying to hear about this. I've always been curious if that story in Always Sunny about Wade Boggs was true. And not only can you say it was true, but he did it in front of you even?
Yeah, Wade can put him down, man.
That is nuts. How many beers?
Oh, God, he drank probably I would say 75 on our way.
Like he drank.
I mean, this guy's cooler was the biggest cooler I've ever seen in my life in this RV that we were in.
Yes. That man. Let me tell you. Some Color Me Bad comes on. I'm your guy. Color Me Bad comes on. I will sit down and. Because I can't sing for shit. I can't hold the goddamn note. But I will lip sync and air guitar the shit out of a song. You were like, oh my God, he's amazing. He's amazing. Give him a Grammy right now.
Air guitar. See, I gravitate more to the air drums. I consider myself more of an air drummer. I take it pretty seriously.
Very seriously.
I'm an air guitarist as well, so I understand the craft.
She's an air rhythm guitarist. It's not the same.
Blake's been caught in traffic air drumming to
He's actually been pulled over.
I've been pulled over for air drumming.
Yeah.
Right. And you and Jason Alexander are close. You're both big poker players as well. This is cool.
Well, I'm a big poker player, and Jason plays poker.
Oh, well said.
Shots fired.
What got you into poker? How long have you been at it? And will you let me know when a seat opens up at your game?
So, because, I have a reputation of being a little irritable.
It was perfection.
Yeah, mildly irritable.
And I thought, this guy is either the biggest asshole in the planet, A, or B, the biggest fucking asshole in the planet. I mean, it was astonishing, and I reveal who that is.
Why don't you guys both eat some dicks on the air?
The big Chiefs fan.
And I felt, wow, I got my 2 inches in.
Just the tip of that joke, really.
Which is a small chapter, which reveals how I was caught with my pants down in a very public and very embarrassing situation. And there actually were 2 other instances. I kind of realized there was one in a medical office, which went wrong, and another in the south of France, where I was caught with my pants down in a strange situation. So it was based on real stories, but also I thought it was quite a good metaphor for my whole sort of life and career, that I spent my life getting caught with my pants down in terms of being exposed as an actor. You are.
And so then I turned it into a strip club. And then when I went back after I got fired from Motown, I went back to work the clubs and get another band going. But instead of a band, I turned the strip club into an improvisational comedy club with strippers.
The nice thing is now the check from the previous week cleared, so you can pay off the guy that you owed for the blow from last month, and so now everybody's happy.
It's a better system.
You get to re-up again.
And all of a sudden the jokes are working. I have no idea.
That was one of the first things that you did, jump onto that.
Absolutely.
That's a fun project straight out of prison.
That's a fun
Well,
fact.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to shoot an episode while I was in prison, but, the federal government did not allow that.
They frown upon that sort of thing.
They frown upon
Yeah, they wanted to write Leo in prison.
It was all good. There's been no downside to my life. It's all been gravy and butterflies and buttercups.
Of course, right?
No
Yeah.
adversity whatsoever.
Yeah, I think I had a heckler back in 1987. But
Thinking that I'm Doc Holliday and I'm just, I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I just love it.
That's a good one. Yeah, that marriage in season. Such a good pickup line.
Right? I love it.
I felt this big hand on my shoulder, and I looked over, and John Candy's standing over me, and he goes, "That was pretty good, kid."
And I remember the first read down. I sat next down to this super nice lady, and I turned to her and I went, "This Jason Bateman's supposed to be a big guy. I hope he likes me. I'm really nervous." And she was like, "I'm sure you're going to do great." Of course, looking back on that now, I know that was Laura Linney, and she was just as, much of a star. And but honest to God, you cannot find a nicer person than Laura. She is the embodiment of everything that is good, in my opinion.
We're playing on the field, and my mom goes, "Hey, Darth Vader's here." And I go, "What?" She goes, "Darth Vader's here." And I go, "Yeah, right, Mom." And she's like, "Yeah, let me show you." And she takes me into this back room, and I see James Earl Jones, and he goes, "Hello, young man." In the room. I go, "Are you Darth Vader?" And he goes, "I am your father."
Oh, wow. He's doing his
That's
lines.
so cool.
That's the coolest thing ever for a kid. You've worked alongside some legends. Tell us, who was more difficult to work with, Ed Harris or Tim Allen? And why Tim Allen?
Wow. Well, let me just tell you, both of them were fabulous. Kevin Costner was a dick.
Really?
So I'll just say that, all right?
Okay, now that's
yes,
okay.
you can say whatever
That's what we wanted to know.
I could know you really well, and I wouldn't have a clue what bands you've seen and what you haven't. And I didn't care. So I sort of put a twist on this, and I said, here are 10 A-list actors I've worked with. 9 I loved. 1 was I don't have to use asterisks. In the book, I use 4 asterisks. The word was beginning with C and ending with T.
Oh,
yeah.
So
Then he did a karaoke with Chauncey Leopardi, who plays Squints. They were both karaokeing "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion.
Oh, great song choice.
So imagine Wade Boggs and Squints doing this. It was hilarious.
I can imagine Chauncey doing that. I cannot imagine Wade Boggs doing that. Maybe after 75 beers.
And it's funny because I was doing some kind of talk about comedy. Oh, no, it was, what's the guy, the lead singer for Van Halen. And he wanted to know the secret of comedy. And so I whispered, I said, "Okay, this is the secret to comedy." And it was funny, too, because Cheech leaned forward. Everybody leaned forward, and Sammy Hagar.
Oh,
and he leans forward, and I waited a long time, and then I said, "The pause."
I have a joke sometimes where I'll reference Anne Frank, and the crowd will go, "Ooh!" I go, "Too soon?" And I'm not making fun of her. I'm making fun, someone will say, "Oh," they'll point to a person there, this, and I go, "It was probably your relatives that read it out, Anne Frank." and then the crowd will go, "Ooh!" I go, yeah. I go, "No." I said this last night. I just came up with the idea. I go, "I belong to an organization called Comedy Without Borders. I don't draw the line anywhere."
Oh, well, we love this.
Fucking need that.
Yes.
God damn it.
Wonderful.
Is that a thing? Is it in place?
I just said it. It's in place.
It is now.
No, that needs to be put out into the ether.
I'll get a petition going.
And for instance, and they were funny jokes, talking about being blind. When you're blind, there's only two kinds of women: those that smell good and those that don't. And I love them both. I love a stinky woman. At least you know where she's at.
George Carlin, I still quote his bit about where he says the more syllables we add to a thing is our way of softening it, like trying to bullshit our way through it. And I obviously butcher it and paraphrase it, but then he was like, "You remember when you used to be in war and it was shell shock?"
Yeah.
It was shell shock. He was like, it was 2 syllables. You felt that shit. You knew you were fucked up. And now he was like, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. He was like, it's 8 syllables, man. I don't know what. He was like, it's some shit you catch on your feet.
It's like the last place for free speech.
It really is. And they're not going to get us.
I hope not.
Yeah, fuck no.
I hope not. Comedy's been around a long time. It should persist.
Well, shit. A gunshot goes off.
What?
And all of the cows are released from their pens and trample through all the snack tables. The cattle go freaking nuts. And somebody puts out on walkie-talkie that the lieutenant governor has been kidnapped because Transpo shut down the tiny little room he had in a trailer, what we call a honey wagon. He just had a modest little room, but he had all of his ID and his gun locked in the trip. And they put out the word that the lieutenant governor and his gun had been taken. And the amount of police presence that was found somehow in the middle of nowhere but fuck Idaho, that all of a sudden came screaming out to the set. And of course, all of it got settled down and everything. And all of us actors wound up on an airplane that night, just flying on home, courtesy of Melanie and William Shatner. They bought us all tickets to come home.
And so I was nervous and I was smiling, and Jason took me aside and he's like, "Hey, you're with Netflix now. You need to pull your stuff together and you need to do this." And I forget exactly what he said. I have it written down somewhere because I wrote it down afterwards. But after that, every single job I did after, I always took that little mantra he said to me outside of that bathroom in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. And I use that to kind of.
Well, Carson, what the hell is the mantra?
That's so good.
I don't know. I can't remember what it was. I'd have to go through to find it.
You know it.
I tried to.
Hanging.
I tried to. I know.
But after that aired on Facebook, I heard from every warm-up comedian I've ever met. And they were all like, "Thank you so much for doing that." Yeah, that was a fun day.
Oh, that's great.
And Louie was too.
So let's talk about the marriage issues. How are you guys doing?
Blair and I are doing
it's got to be. How
solid.
long you been together?
We've been together, 9 years or so?
Oh, don't never exhale before
I
you
know.
answer that, girl.
She started with a sigh.
Just never go.
Yeah. Damn it! How long
have you been together?
It's not my love; it's the time, because I lose myself in time.
Classic Blake. I can tell he's a real taskmaster.
Yeah.
Right?
He's
does it
Carson.
well.
We're Ed McMahon.
He runs our bus well.
Classic.
Okay, of the three of you, who's the best cook? Here's the thing, Ty. I will start a problem and then present the resolution, which makes me king on both sides of the net.
Yes.
You're a great manager.
That's what we do.
This is going to get
You
weird.
pickle relish?
I know.
It's going to get weird. This is going
For
to
right now, we do classic chunk white. You know I try and get that hard-boiled egg in there, but it doesn't always make its way in.
Doesn't always fit.
Hold on 1 second. That's what she said. Go on.
Thank you.
That's using a spatula.
That's
That's
the-
using a spatula that was just on your balls to separate them from your legs and plunging it into tuna because you were out of mayonnaise.
It's exactly
Let's
what
quit fucking
spatulas
around,
use
gang.
in this.
This is deflection. Who is the best cook?
Me. I cooked
It's Tyler.
for you.
It's Tyler.
He knows
for
how to
sure.
handle
Why?
the meat.
Who would win in a brawl between the cast of The Sandlot or the Mighty Ducks? And you get to keep Brandon.
Sandlot and Mighty Ducks in a brawl. Wow.
You get to keep Brandon.
He stays with the Sandlot.
Oh, we have to keep Brandon. Oh,
You
that's
get to keep Brandon.
You rate, yeah, there's a rating system.
Yeah, rate my hole.
Yeah, now.
Oh,
Hate my hole.
this is gold, you guys.
Come on, what are we doing here?
Do you think you could pick your hole out of a lineup? Could you recognize?
I've only
That's a
seen
great
it.
question.
I've only seen it upside down and backwards in a mirror, so I would really have to see like a.
I could pick your hole out of a lineup.
Yeah, I could pick yours out for sure.
Oh, that's. Well, it sounds like you two are best friends then.
That's
Look, I could go down this rabbit hole forever.
I'm feeling powerful now.
Yes.
turn it up a notch.
Like I never feel on the show. Right.
This is your moment.
Right before the collapse.
Before the ice storm.
Before the ice storm. AE, after Earth. You know, back when we bathed and we actually could breathe the air.
BC.
BC.
Before COVID.
Before COVID, right?
BC before COVID.
Blair, you're a genius.
Well done.
Coin that shit now.
Blair, pack your bags,
has her
come to
moment.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Blair,
you made it, Blair. All right.
Love it.
Have you ever made love with The Office playing in the background?
Oh yeah.
100% yes.
Wow.
Whoa.
We
Nice.
all have.
Hot.
I mean,
Can't.
too many
I
times
have
to
not.
count.
What do you believe are the most common misconceptions about you?
Misconception about me?
Yeah, or something that people would be surprised to know about you.
Oh, well, I'm not as big as sexually as everybody thinks.
We all know that's a lie.
Yeah, we've seen it. It's huge.
I had that reputation, you know.
Well deserved.
You know, in fact, Blind Melon Chillin' helped out. I got 2 inches. No, around. No. I got
From the ground.
Joke. I got 20 inches around, 2 inches long. That's why I couldn't get it in. I can get it up. I just can't get it in.
And I learned how to demonstrate the vibrators. I had to learn which was, you know, the 2-speed, 1 thrust, 2 speed, 3 thrusts, 1 speed.
Sure.
I knew all the technology, and I had to also show them the blow-up dolls. So it was like 1 hair, 3 hole, 1 hair, 2 hole, 2 hair, 3 hole, 1. No. And but the worst job. This is awful. At the back of the store, there were these movie booths that were coin-operated, and people could watch dirty movies at the back.
The arcade.
And my job at the end of the day, of an evening, was, yes, you guessed it, I had to mop the floor with a mop.
This is amazing.
I was the wiper of semen.
Morton's Steakhouse, Ruth's Chris, shit, some filet, you know, Wagyu. We massaged that fucker till we killed it.
Yes.
We sang Beethoven to that cow before we murdered it. There was nothing but love flowing through its muscles,
This
and you're gonna
Wagyu
get that
was
love.
only fed Kobe beef.
Exactly. Which was fed unicorn meat, which was fed pure angels from the gods. Like this shit, when you eat it, you might like bust your pants right then.
Oiled by the tears of Zeus.
Yeah.
I'd fuck Billy Zane. Please. I'm sorry. Well, let's be serious here.
I get it.
Sure,
I get
sure.
it.
I've been married for 30 years, but I would, like, if I had a hallway pass, Billy Zane would be I'd be on that
Pops
dick
on the
so
list.
hard, so fast. Please.
be
Billy Bob
honest.
Thornton?
What did
Yes.
Tyler just say? He just said, "This is so hard."
Ooh, now who's married? Who's married?
Wait. That's what she said. Good Lord, Rob.
Oh, come on. There we go.
God damn it.
Rob, look alive.
Because sometimes guys will say that their wife is their best friend.
Well,
And I
that's
always
why I
think
think
that's a
he's
red
challenged, because I'm here with my husband and my brother. So.
Yeah.
You know what she used to do when we discovered drugs? She would microdose acid and go shoplifting with her sister.
Oh, that's amazing. Now,
I know what I'm doing on Saturday. Fuck, that sounds fun.
Tales as old as time. Y'all are fitting in so well around here. Yeah.
College comedy. Y'all are hitting like all the best things.
But pretty soon, it's going to be time for the early supper at Denny's.
You're pitching a perfect game. Keep it going.
I like my pancakes with extra butter.
All right, we'll wrap it up here. One more. That's too good. Yeah, we know you got to get to the stand-up here pretty soon.
How much time?
Let's see.
Holy crap!
I'm
on.
Bring us on stage.
Please welcome to the stage, Alan Havey.
Yeah, this will be the first gig I miss because I'm like blowing smoke up my own ass.
Crunchy. It's okay.
It was 30 below, and I dug deep in my bag of tricks, and this is where that is where I came up with this character, and it was like.
How much of that do you bullshit? How much of that is like made up on the spot?
I'm sure most people bullshit. Half of that.
A lot of it is bullshit.
They want your help to cast the actor portraying Jim Piddock. Who do you like for the role?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, isn't it? It's got to be Whoopi Goldberg.
It was going to be my first guess.
I mean, if she's not available, then I would settle with Jackie Chan. But beyond that,
you've put some thought into this, I could tell.
Yeah, beyond that, it's me.
All right, first of all, there are now 14 other Skarsgårds.
That's true.
I'm changing my fucking name to Skarsgård. And I'll work like a motherfucker. No, because seriously, there's like I don't know. They're like ants.
There's the dad who has like 3 sons.
Yeah, he's got 3
cousin.
sons, and all of a sudden, all their fucking names, are bankable.
There's a cousin. That cousin's got a kid, and you're right. There is a Skarsgård family
Yeah,
tree.
and the cousin's got a kid by the other fucking cousin, and they're all like Skarsgård.
Well, this family tree
they all
grows
got
every
blue
year.
eyes and all kind of blank looking and shit. They all got curly tails. Seriously. They're like reservation dogs. I mean, my God.
They all got manes.
Curly tails.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Y'all, I'm crying right now.
What was the question?
Curly tails. No,
I'm gonna get so much trouble for that.
No, you entered it. One of your most memorable episodes was when you took a shit on in the office floor. I don't think you were in that episode. Just your voice on the phone, right?
Just my voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing.
I think it speaks to the quality of an actor you are that people just imagine you doing that. So.
I want to be Bill Skarsgård.
We all just want to be a Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
That is a
just want to be in Germany in October.
Those horrible. Do you remember those running shorts in the 1970s that were like they were horrible?
All visibility, no support.
Exactly.
What a good question. Ooh, that's a great one. Oh my God, what a great question.
That's a really great question.
Oh, you fucker.
The best response possible.
And so I'm just going to say yes. And I'm actually even going to say what the role is and how embarrassing and horrifying it is.
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Nice.
Who was your favorite superhero growing up?
Oh God, Wolverine for sure. I would love to. Actually, I dressed up as Wolverine one year, and a lot of people were like, "Damn, you look just like him." And I would love to play that character. I think
they're looking for a new Wolverine.
Yeah, they were talking about I'm about 5'9", 5'10", but I think I fit the role of Wolverine. I could pull it off.
Yes.
I always like asking actors, like, if you could walk on and join the cast of any show, what would it be?
I mean, at this point, it'd be The Boys. I love that show. I'd love to. I mean, I'd love to play a superhero in anything because I grew up a total comic book nerd.
Right now, House of Dragons.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good call.
House of Dragons.
Yeah.
That is an interesting question. Well, honestly, it'd be really neat to do House of Dragons.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, well, I look very European,
Well, yeah. Well, listen, there's a couple shows out there I'd love to be on, but I don't think I coveted anything more than I coveted being on Mad Men.
I did about 6 episodes of Maisel, which is in its filming its last season right now, and so that'll be out there, and that was fun because it's a whole different feel.
I got some coupons from Omaha Steaks.
Something Crunchy. And where did that come from?
It was originally a band a long time ago. A real shitty bar band.
That you were in?
Yeah.
Yes.
David, I got a question for you. My son is turning 2 tomorrow. You think he'll remember it?
No, he won't.
Crunchy vibes.
Crunchy vibes.
My, you know I'm coming to town.
These three either want to bang you or marry you, Tom. Congratulations.
Congratulations goes to them.
Zero experience in bondage or sadomasochism. I wrote the fucking Tooth Fairy. What did you expect from me?
Who the fuck is calling now?
Who's that?
Who do we got? Let's bring him on.
Who is it?
Bat phone.
It's not him.
Let's hit it.
Hello?
I just had a couple more things to say about Kevin Costner.
Yeah! Hit us! Does he have a big dick too?
Why does my mom love him so much? Is it because of his cock?
Well, evidently Tim had a big dick.
Really? He had a huge head, so it wouldn't surprise me.
I just wanted to say thank you, and I listened to a couple of the other episodes, and I just thought you guys work really fucking hard, man.
Hey.
You and mostly you have to ask and pull fucking teeth and shit like that. And I just wanted you to have a good time.
Oh, we had such a
You
good
gave
time.
us the greatest time ever.
That was
Sweating
all.
over here. I've been laughing so hard.
I just that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
I really appreciate
that. Was
it.
so fucking fun with you, and you're fucking awesome.
Hard fucking work. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you
Keep
so
doing it.
much.
That means
Yeah,
so
I really
much
appreciate
coming
that.
from you.
All right,
Thank
you bet.
you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
Bye. What an awesome fucking
So
guy.
Ed Harris now.
We love you, Tommy, and we are very grateful for your time. So glad we got to hang again, and we'll shoot for same time next year.
Right? Thank you.
Hey, anytime. I'm available. I love having an audience, especially ones that got that beautiful laugh like you guys. I love that. Thank you.
Tommy,
That means the
you're
world to
always
us.
amazing.
Anytime, bro.
We'll say hello to Shelby for
Yes,
us and
I
go
love
play
her.
some guitar and
I
find
will tell
your
her.
nice dreams.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to do that. Okay. Love you guys.
Love you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Tommy. Talk soon.
Bye.
Having a nice, positive show about real life and family,
Yes.
is really, I think is really important right now.
Agree.
We covered a lot of dick tonight.
We did.
Love it. Thanks, Crunch.
Thank you.
Wow.
That was so cool.
High quality interviews and high quality guests. That was awesome. We got to deep dive into Dave, Succession, Ozark, Mad Men, Home Improvement, Cobra Kai, The Office, The Sandlot. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, that was incredible.
Very cool. Such a wide range of guests. And season 6 was the first to have more interview episodes than non-interview episodes. Eager to get into that next, but before we do, let's take a break.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for listening to Something Crunchy, and we hope you're enjoying the episode. It now pays to crunch down every week because we're hooking you up with big discounts from big brands. Up to 35% off Invicta watches using code CRUNCHY and apparel from 8080, where in addition to 10% off using code CRUNCHY, every dollar you spend goes towards an entry in their dream car giveaway. Don't forget to join the Something Crunchy Facebook group for updates, polls, and the web's crunchiest memes. You can find us on Twitter at crunch_cast, and feel free to send any questions and track submissions to somethingcrunchy@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the show.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong, and you're listening to Something Crunchy.
And we're back. Having a good time. Oh, next up is just some good old family fun. The three of us on a given night, just doing our thing, pontificating the ways of the universe. Welcome to another season of Beef and the Dressels.
Yeah!
I am the beef, they're the Dressels. Welcome to season 6. It was a nice, long, girthy break, but it's time to return, and we got big things in the works. It is going to be a season. We've got some exciting guests lined up, new crunchy tunes, and Blair predicts it'll be her drunkest season yet. There was an intervention this week. The Crunchtastic R&D department sat us down, and they weren't happy. They said, look, you're like 6 sods into the new C's. We've hardly had any sex-related content. Peen-free since season 3, and people come for the peen. Apparently, we're losing our core demographic and most of New Jersey by not maintaining certain levels of raunch around here. And we've been lacking this season. Well, you'll be lacking off to tonight's episode because we are going to right the ship. Tonight, we have a classic crunch, original recipe, Crunch Wrap Supreme. I think we'd all make fantastic additions to the Bee Club. I really do. But I also see us first in line drinking the Kool-Aid at all the secret societies, just snorting adrenochrome and playing with extinct animals on Meet Your Clone night.
Start with the bees, then with those.
We'd be very philanthropic billionaires, but we'd get so weird with that kind of money. Let's start with some of the disturbingly perverse ways we'd spend our wealth if we had 3 commas to work with. Any nasty, expensive habits or strange custom-made items going in the Dressel estate?
What about like an Iron Man condom made by Stark Industries?
Absolutely.
It's the wrapper, you open it, it breaks into like its condom shape.
No, I feel like there's a lot of tech involved here. We've talked about condoms in the past that have measured arc and load.
Iron Man dick, I'm thinking something you rip open the condom and you just drop it on your dick and it catches it, climbs on, forms to itself.
Okay, yes. And then the magic happens because there's like a lot of things. There's ED. There's just like things that could like happen. It's like, wouldn't that be nice to just have like an Iron Man dick where it's taken over?
It's taken over.
You get to feel, but it is in the nerd. Like you get to feel what's going on here.
So like the suit that you would wear in Ready Player One, that kind of technology.
Yeah. But like for your dick.
Does RDJ know about this?
Puddles original, and then like all the accessories.
The Puddles original
fuck shower.
I want it.
What about like a walk-in anti-gravity machine where you can practice load control for SpaceX? Like NASA says you can't bone in space, but they're not prepping for this mission. This needs months, maybe years of training.
There's no boot camp for that.
No, you need to use G-force and Mach 10 speeds, which is where we know Tyler needs to be just to get going.
Yeah. 4 or 5, easy.
No one is putting any hyperfocus into that black hole. I feel like we need to explore.
I'll spin around a couple thousand times and try and jerk off, see what happens.
Of all the things we could do with an anti-gravity machine for masturbation and practicing safe SpaceX.
Yeah.
Safe space.
So you don't get yourself pregnant in space while you're alone for a year.
We can imagine it's always more fun. Like people do the whole like give yourself a dead arm and like jerk yourself off. Like
the stranger,
like the billionaire version of that. Like, oh, I'm just gonna go to my anti-gravity and like jerk it. Like you're just gonna do the old dead arm trick, huh? Like
you say you can't crank it in space. I'm gonna go upstairs and show you.
Yeah, fuck off. Check into my anti-gravity. Grab your dick. Let's go.
Would it be like a Mars rudder if you had a buddy stick his hand through the glove on the outside of the anti-gravity machine to jerk you off while you were in there?
Yes.
He just moved your arm while you held your own dick. That's it. That's the Mars rudder.
Now I'm just thinking of like a machine with someone in there floating around with all these loads. The cash grab on your birthday.
Mixed with like Sky Zone or like whatever that like fly zone where it shoots you up in there. I don't know what it's
indoor
called.
skydiving.
Yeah, indoor skydiving. Like loads everywhere.
That's heavy air. This is where you're just kind of sitting and floating. And
no, yeah,
it's like all around. You have to like
get out of here, load. You're out of here. Guess what, load? It was date night. We like to have fun.
We tried something new, and of course, it went hilariously wrong.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
So we decided to spice it up a little bit, and I got a pair of remote-controlled vibrating panties.
Yep.
Equipped with external vibrator. Not all in one unit.
and accompanied that with a public sporting event, and decided just to take it out on the town for the night, have some fun.
See what happens, you know?
Spirits were high when we got there. Everything was going good. Even like the security guard at the metal detector saw everything in the bag and was all smiles, was all for it.
Wait, security guard stopped you going in, saw this device, smiled and let you through.
So it was in my bag because we decided that I should maybe put them on like after the first intermission. Like,
Not wear it in.
yeah, like that would be kind of part of it, you know?
Blair trying to get cute with first intermission.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, after the first intermission, it was like time to like put on the machinery, you know? And I go to the bathroom. I've like got my game face on. I'm in the handicap stall. Just picture this with all my sexy tools just like organized on the baby changing table. And once I get like the panties on, I'm just noticing like I have like immediate concerns. I mean, the weight of this vibrator is like beyond heavy for like the silk ties. And it's already hanging low in the pouch. I mean, it's like in that little slit part, like in the crotch of the panty. Girls, you know what I mean, guys. You probably do too. I'm not sure if you know about the pouch, but it's there. But I get the remote all synced and like I'm ready to go. And I walk out of the bathroom feeling all cute, like I see my babe there, and like Tyler's eyes are just like as big as dinner plates. And he's got a huge smile on his face. He's like bright as the sun, and he's just, the one thing he says is, "You're glowing." And there's all these people around us.
I was more like, Blair, you're glowing.
Yes.
And she was like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident.
Yeah.
And I said, no, your crotch is glowing. It's blue. Like, it's bright fucking blue.
It's bright. I couldn't look. I didn't know. I didn't want to think about what he was saying. I stared at him dead in the eyes. There's literally like, I mean, it's a public bathroom at an MMA fight. So like there's people around like waiting for their people. And like I'm just sitting there coming out my like long cute maxi dress, like with like crotch shining bright, as crazy as could be.
Lip tuck? Give yourself a little lip
tuck. I can already hear Blake saying that for like the rest of the episode. We really could spend a lot of time on this. 8 life grams.
My freshly lip tucked wife.
They're getting a
You
review.
went in blind.
They're getting a review.
And there was only 2 choices. It was either this one for $80 or the other one for $475. And I was like, this is probably going to be a one-time deal. Let's go with the $80.
This feels more like an $80 kind of gag.
Kind of wish I would have went with the $475 now.
So she comes walking down light blue.
She is glowing infrared blue. You can see every nook and cranny between her. And then you were like, uh-oh, I'm losing it. And then it just bloop, fell right out onto the ground, and it rolled under the fucking velvet curtain into the VIP section.
No, it didn't.
Yes,
True story.
It fell out of you and rolled out.
It was work because I didn't even think about the fact that it was glowing blue. All I knew was that this heavy vibrator is falling out of my crotch right now.
Now, Uncle Robert, I'm not going to be surprised if he has like a red room ready to go.
True.
There's no fuck swing in there. He's a cop, so he's got some BDSM shit.
Cuffs and batons and whips.
Yeah,
But there's
lots of leather.
I bet you there's like a strap down board, but there's definitely no swing.
I bet he comes out 6'6" in like a full
Leather.
latex.
Yeah.
Completely
Ball
head
gag.
to
Like
toe.
he likes to be told like who the fuck
He's a
he is.
6'6" gimp under
Crawling
the
on,
right.
yes, crawling on his all fours.
He has
like,
his own room, but it's not for other people, for him to torture. It's for himself. And
himself.
somebody else comes over and tortures
Now
him.
you're
Yeah,
talking.
he's like submissive. I bet. He
Yeah,
wants
he's a sub.
Dom to
He
get
is
shown
one
stuff.
happy hour away from barking like a dog on all fours.
Yeah.
You get him a leash and collar.
Exactly.
He's a dom at work 60 hours a week and a sub at home.
We figured it out.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
Feel pretty confident. Yeah. So we just got, we got some drinks and laughed our asses off.
Yeah,
and,
that was
like,
that. Went back to the seat.
Had a hilarious fucking night.
She had like
we left early too.
That blue vag energy.
I feel like this should be called implant. just the letter M, like as in like Mugatu from
Love it.
Zoolander.
Ooh,
Just
or like-
imagine that M.
So designed.
Like the BMW M plants.
Just no I. Gucci, baby.
I totally get like the sides of my dong, implanted with Gucci logos.
Get your Iron Man
No,
dick.
and then you can get you get your celebrity peen designer transplants, just
Yeah.
like what Blair is saying, but you can choose between some legendary peens, anyone from your Milton Burrow to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Ooh, pick any of your favorites.
I'll have an Ed Harris, please. I'm wearing basketball shorts, so of course I had to tuck my boner up into the waistband. It's a go-to move.
The old classic.
Classic. She went first to avoid suspicion, of course, and I was to follow a minute later, give a couple knocks. With absolutely none of that needed, I went in there and immediately remembered that I hardly fit in these airplane bathrooms by myself. So we're wrestling around in there, making all this noise, and the smell is just fucking embarrassing. It is awful. We did technically get the nose of the plane into the hangar, but right as I'm trying the most promising tandem yoga position yet, we get them
Oh no.
caught within 60 seconds.
No.
And now this flight attendant is forcing a mile-high walk of shame back to our seats. I hate you both. But it is all a natural part of you wore a vibrating pair of panties to an MMA fight. That was failed Mile High Club, more like a quarter mile. Blair, don't answer. Tyler, you're like 6'7". You ever attempt sex in a plane?
No, fuck no. I barely even attempt riding on a plane.
But you're Air Force. I figured you would have gotten those wings in boot camp.
I worked in the hospital, brother. That's a whole different world.
I was really expecting us to get into some real-life billionaires with this, but the Crunchtastic R&D department hated it. They said, this is the way to go, and if it sucks, next week we'll have a brand new Crunchtastic R&D department. Even more
Love it.
Crunchtastic. I've ironed out.
Well, you're fired.
Yeah, me too, Blake.
Now look at you. All hammered dog shit.
We all thought I'd be better at this, okay?
It works out well. I needed you loose for another quick batch of headlines.
Oh, yes! What do we have happening?
Can you taste the recall? A lawsuit alleges that Skittles are unfit for human consumption due to a toxin called titanium dioxide, normally found in paints and cosmetics. So if you're tasting your own thoughts instead of the rainbow, now you know why. Like, what in the meth-riddled single-wide trailer did I just read there?
She's had the old bull. Now she wants the young calf. And she saw a luscious bead of sweat going from his chest hair down to his ball fro.
Oh my gosh, no.
Here we have this nice episode honoring the royals across the drink, and now it's Meanwhile
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah, I hear.
Stepson, new hubby, and soon-to-be half-uncle-in-law knocks up his dad's girlfriend again. Do we wonder why they hate us? Brendan Fraser is set to make his big comeback, transforming into a 600-pound man for an upcoming film called Whale, the story behind Toxic Skittles. The aftermath. All right, let's move on to Hustle. This is like Kevin Bacon's The Air Up There in Blue Chips had a baby, and that baby was raised by Adam Sandler, who just recently watched The Scout.
Nice.
Yes. God,
You
very
really
well
love
said.
laundry.
I do.
I love it.
The time has finally come. People are now making jewelry from semen.
Really?
I've been waiting.
I know. Jeweler and sculptor Amanda Booth opened up a package of bottled semen first thing in the morning. It was a mistake she'd only make once. She said fresh samples are one thing, but when they've been in the mail for a little bit, I mean, it smells like semen, you know. Clients commissioned Jizzy Jewelry, her term, and send samples of cum to her workshop to be dehydrated, powdered, and then incorporated into wearable clay beads and trinkets. So you can see I'm wearing a little something for
Shut
myself.
up, Blake. You're like, it just
That is nice.
obviously had.
Look at that detail.
I see that. Yeah.
It's our great-grandmother Ruth. I just decided to have it made sperm of the moment. All I can say is that I have been hating on Jada long before it was trendy.
You have.
Visionary.
Like, you go so hard on Jada, and then here, like, the rest of the world joins you, and I'm like, God, Blake.
It feels good.
Yeah, like,
Feels good to be a trendsetter.
Told you so.
Amber Heard denies being cut from Aquaman 2, saying it's inaccurate, insensitive, and slightly insane. Aquaman 2 director James Wan said, "Who's Amber Heard?" That shit got out of control.
Oh my God.
And I can't think of the last time someone was just this universally hated by the general public.
Oh my gosh.
We're obviously Team Poncho, and Johnny got a nice publicity boost in addition to the $15 million he's getting from her. But let me be the first to say, publicly, I'd still hit it.
You like them crazy bitches.
And I can admit it. She could shit in my bed anytime she
That's what the rubber sheets are for.
Don't forget the gerbils and the rubber sheets. Charlie, get real. You can't have both an OnlyFans page and keep it classy. That's like saying my daughter's an exotic dancer, but there's nothing you can say after the but to sway an opinion. She's an exotic dancer, but she's classically trained. She's an exotic dancer, but she's really expensive. Not going to work.
Keep it classy and munch a can of caviar with your south mouth.
Yes.
They're making a real-life, non-fatal version of Squid Game, where 456 players compete for $4.56 million. And the first challenge is trying to tug one out to Charlie Sheen's daughter's OnlyFans page.
That's so awful.
I'm not proud. Hot trend. Vabbing. Taking the world by stench.
Man, it is, isn't it?
Well, this is right up our alley. Honestly, we should have a full sode on vabbing. This should have been a salute to vabbing with a splash of uncles.
True, this has something crunchy written just all over it.
If you're unaware, vabbing is basically wearing your vaginal fluids as perfume. Per Google, you put your fingers inside yourself and just dab a little of your juice on your wrists, behind your ears, wherever you normally put perfume. Apparently, it's the pheromones from your pissoir that can help you attract a mate. Some might advise you to try and not smell like sweaty puss on a date. But this theory would have you do the opposite. I mean, don't you know the very first inventors of perfume were looking for anything that would help cover up the stench of wet snatch? It is probably to help attract a mate. Here we are putting evolution in reverse.
What do you think a whore's bath came from? Tops and tails.
If you think wearing a little moist muff is going to better your chances over Chanel No. 5, you're mistaken, my lady. What erotic scent are you wearing this evening? Is that medieval crotch rot? Temptation by Turtle Tank?
Oh.
I shouldn't know what your growler smells like at the beginning of a date. Put that axe wound away. Go to Bath and Body Works.
Oh,
Cucumber
I don't
melon.
know.
Okay, so the question that has been on everyone's mind has now been answered. Can you bone in space?
Oh, please tell me yes.
The answer is no. And a NASA engineer explains that, for one, in zero gravity, it goes everywhere. One dude can get 3 women pregnant with a single load, in fact.
Oh,
which means no masturbation. He further went on to say that sex and masturbation in space are logistical nightmares, with problems ranging from floating fluids to shrinking manhood. NASA has insisted that no humans have had sex in space. And my question is, how do you know about all the floating fluids and shrinking manhood?
Yeah.
You know? How do we know about that?
I mean, people haven't explored.
Obviously, someone at least tried to crank down in space. And this is the news we need out of NASA.
Yes, this is what we're looking for.
Finally.
give me a condom and a well-placed thumb, and I will show you fluids in space. What do you mean it gets everywhere? Put a fucking condom on and tie that bag off and you're done.
Right?
You just have like a little cold sore of himself.
No.
Imagine having a fun night with Shia, then finding out you got to laboof some antibiotics before your lips fall off.
Oh, no.
No. Oh, my God, no. No. Information I could have used yesterday.
Well, I can tell you about when he couldn't walk for a...
Flowers in the mail the next day. I don't know what happened.
Couldn't brush my hair for... Still smells like...
Good family fun. That's fun and awesome foresight and great planning, but this was one flush away from never being an issue. Why didn't he flush it instead of...
Was it at his house?
Good question. I don't
You
know.
don't flush that shit at your house unless you want the septic guy out in the morning for
You can't just,
$900.
flush condom.
You cannot flush a condom.
You can flush a condom.
You cannot.
I have only flush condoms.
You have only fucked up septic systems in the area.
No, you're not supposed to flush. You can barely flush a baby wipe.
I have
That's what
flushed
I'm
a
saying.
bowl of condoms at a time.
Oh,
A bowl? Oh my god, I can't even look at it right now.
you're the reason for the water shortage and the backups that we have at the sewer plant, bro. Like, you can't do that.
No wonder our house fucking exploded.
Certainly better not be a player of your sport. And while you're at it, don't even say polo. You can't say that.
Blair, we're changing our last name to basketball.
Right? God.
Jerry West, you're out of here. The wrestles are in.
Seriously.
As the
I'm Cullen Blake.
basketballers.
With me, as always, Blair and Tyler Basketball. It fits.
How you feeling tonight? Dunk-tastic, brother.
So we won't be flushing anymore. We're just
Stop flushing them.
So we just pour in a little Tabasco,
Yes.
a little guacamole, tie it off, and throw it away.
I hit it with bear mace, and then just
Bear mace.
Ooh.
Is there a product already out specifically designed for this, where you could just have a little soap dispenser?
Not branded.
Now we're thinking ahead.
Something Crunchy's Plan A.
Drake is thinking locally,
This
and
is
we're
Plan
thinking
C.
globally.
Crunchy plan.
Plan Crunch.
Plan C.
Plan C is great. When Plan B doesn't work, just squirt a little Plan C in there, and you're fine. So I'm at a bar with some friends, throwing vibes at this roller derby chick. And she's cute, but has that severe little sister syndrome. Like, I have 3 older brothers. I'm one of the guys. Let's watch the fight this weekend type of chick.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hot. The convo turns a little sexy somehow, and she casually brings up fetishes. And when asked, I say, I'm not opposed to a few things. Even told her, if executed correctly, a little slapping around could be pretty stimulating. Bad idea. Spider caught herself a fly.
Oh.
We go back to her place, and I know I'm in for some tough love. But I'm thinking some light bonding, maybe a candle in the cheeks. I'm not even concerned when she comes out with rope, ready to tie me to the chair. But the first thing she does is put a hole through my lip. Not even a kiss leading up or some playful chewing. She literally bit through my bottom lip. That's why I always keep this patch of fur.
Mind blown right now.
I'm scared to death, yet still fully torqued, and now she's beating the shit out of me.
Oh my god.
Even when we finally get to the sex, she was so rough and violent about it. Every part of me was bruised, blood all over my face and neck, but the psychological effects. When a dude pictures his 50 Shades of Freaky moment, normally, he's the Christian Grey who plays the dominating part. I mean, she looked down at me at one point, and I swear it was like Bane standing over Batman. I was wondering which would break first, your spirit or your body.
Yeah. You wish you never told anybody that story in about 5 years. 'Cause everybody knows that I shit myself at Zips once, and now I can't ever live that down.
Yeah, you forget that when you tell a good story on
Yeah,
the
that nobody fucking
Crunchcast.
forgets it.
Oh, yeah.
And I find the public stuff is often the best.
So dumb slapping you in your Iron Man dick if that's what you're spending your money on. Absolutely not.
Girl erupted. You think Katy Perry can give us a 70s style remake of This Girl's on Fire?
Oh my gosh.
You know what other Western really needs a sequel? A Million Ways to Die in the West. Now, the cast is what made that work so well, but it really was a hilarious concept.
Yes.
I say instead of staying with the West, though, we tackle A Million Ways to Die in the East. Here we can have the characters navigate the gator-infested, snake-crawling, mosquito-biting, hurricane-prone swamplands of the lovely Southeast.
Love that.
Just mullets away from the beach. Hey, Biscuit, thinking about calling some dinosaurs?
Figure I'd give them a holler.
Let's talk Varsity Blues 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't think this had legs initially, but things change, Mox. Tyler wanted to pitch an idea for Lars and the Real Family.
Yeah. No, you didn't, of course.
A sequel to Lars and the Real Girl, where Ryan
would.
Gosling falls in love with a sex doll. And here they'd start a family, adopt kids and whatnot. It's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and also not any more ridiculous than the original plot.
I think Bianca would be a good mother. She doesn't say much. She's always at home. She can do her thing.
I mean, if you've seen the original, you'd probably want another. And if anything, it's different. What made the first one funny and endearing is that it took itself seriously. And that would be really hard to do with this setup, but I want it to happen just so that we could see the struggles a family like this would go through. Kids have a blow-up foster mom. Mom walks in on Lars banging another doll. And then there's real friction in the house. Not the fun, lubed-up latex kind.
Yeah, I know.
Our next award is Best Off-Screen Drama.
Off-screen.
I get it.
We have some incredibly strong nominees this year.
Okay.
And they are Alec Baldwin.
No.
No.
Oh my God, no.
You're right. Okay.
No.
The Slap, starring Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Yes.
Featuring Jada Pinkett Smith.
Okay.
Yes.
The Conservatorship, starring Britney Spears.
Oh, free Britney. Absolutely.
Free Britney's Instagram.
And The Defamation Suit, starring Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Oh, well, of course.
Ooh.
Wow, what
Tough
a
category.
lineup.
That's heavy hitters.
Incredibly Heard decision for Best Off-Screen Drama. I mean, really.
Shut the bed. It's Amber.
You know what I'm afraid of? And it pains me to say it. I mean, no one has forgotten how much they love Brendan Fraser, but also no one is remembering that he was kind of a shitty actor. One of the most likable people on the planet. One of the most average actors put on screen. Ability-wise.
True. Whatever. We all love Bedazzled. And
Yeah.
Blair likes the range he was able to show in Bedazzled.
Sensitive Fraser's her favorite.
But I think we'll start with a first ever drink and smoke combo, the Chug and Puff.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm in.
420 vibes are a-flowing.
Please don't make me go slam it. My God. Tyler literally cannot
I
take
got
it.
another bottle
I can't.
right here. Should I just
No.
crack it?
No.
I'm glad I grabbed it back up.
Blair kind of boom towered that a little
Yeah.
bit.
They don't.
I don't good in my backup, man.
No, maybe.
I've seen some shit, and I've seen some good things too. Let's break it down.
You liked emo Bruce Wayne?
It was all right. Emo Bruce Wayne. It definitely was
Vampire Bruce
My
Wayne.
Chemical Romance Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 7 out of 10 unnecessarily dark scenes on this one. I give it 6.5 out of 10 strangely dyed beards.
My favorite part.
Shoe polish beards.
It's exactly what it was. No regrets. Maybe 7 out of 10 eye rolls.
That's pretty good.
I'm thinking 8 out of 10 unkempt pubic looking beards. All right, Moonfall. What a fantastic piece of shit.
Oh,
Front runner for piece of shit of the year, in fact.
wow.
Ambulance. Now, this was a really great motion picture for 1996. It had the action, the cheese, the machismo, and a couple extra slices of cheese. I just hated it. 1 out of 5 worn out CGI packages.
Wow.
6 out of 10 poorly grunted lines.
So much crunching.
Way too big. 6 out of 10 slices of sharp cheddar.
Oh, just way too much cheese.
Lots of cheese.
Heavy on the cheese.
Low tide on that day.
Unnecessary dairy.
They could have fixed that movie with like 2 sets of boobs. Just show some
You know
titties.
what this movie needs?
Any titties.
A hot pair of tits.
Katie Holmes is a nice, wholesome girl.
I'm gonna see her boobs. The things I would eat out of her ass. Sidebar a hammer here.
I didn't know he
Sidebar
was
hammer.
into like cannibalism.
Yeah, he eats
and,
bitches.
Those are rumors. The truth is, he is like
out of his mouth.
selling timeshares in the Cayman Islands and getting support from Robert Downey Jr.
Because he's like eating people.
Just their toes, apparently. Or like their blood or something.
Back at it. Did you get one yet?
What?
Still no.
Still no. Wish I had a double burger.
Good man. Sailor. Let me just throw this out there. If you don't like it, you just send it right back. More than one celebrity has claimed to have had sex with ghosts.
Ooh.
And finally, Pete Davidson. Whether you get it or not, someone in your house is spanking it to Pete Davidson.
I get why he's on the list.
He's the anti-hero, the everyman. He's behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, we talked about it.
That
so
was
much.
fun all season.
Myth busted.
Yeah, and I still have people telling me about celebrity peen.
Oh my god, I love the confirmation.
You do one funny segment in your life is Mondo Burger. With people telling you about hung celebrities for the rest of your days.
Oh, I love it so much when someone's like, you know what? I heard their dick actually isn't that big. I'd be like, tell me everything.
Don't be surprised if that's a new category for next year, the Michael Fassbender Award, celebrating the year's juiciest dong.
Oh my god, I should absolutely make the next Crunchies list. Yes, please.
Did you see it, Blair?
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Okay. Moving on.
How's it feel to win?
So nice. It's rare around here.
That was nice and friendly. Let's kick it up a notch.
Okay.
If you're wrong, you take a chug and a healthy double puff off of 2 vapes.
Ooh, double puff?
Like a
Hufflepuff over here?
like double barrel Hufflepuff?
You know what I do with $1 million? I'll tell you what, man. 2 vapes at the same time.
Peter, man, you don't need $1 million to hit 2 vapes at the same time.
What kind of vapes that double up on a guy like me, dude? I like that we're talking about the possibility of a movie called House Party being sad. You think they'll do the slow Fresh Prince treatment to House Party? It'll be like a somber
House Party 3, The Evening Wake.
Yeah. House Party 3, dry wine tastings.
House Party 3, game night.
Can't wait.
Tyler will be showing off his patented crotchless tuxedo again. Pumped for it.
Shirt cocking it.
That's 4 inches?
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Oh. I'm thinking...
I'm in trouble. If this is red, I want to know what's orange.
You're fired.
I
You're
love
rehired.
it.
You're fired.
Fired. Rehired.
It was just a goof, man.
Just a game, fucker.
That's very Antonio Banderas.
Yeah,
you're
you're Ricky turned Banderas
Yeah,
like
did.
real fast.
The temperature of your body.
We should do this more often.
I know what you're trying to do, okay? You're trying to fricker.
You're trying to fricker.
Nice comeback with the dick butt kiss. So I think I finally figured out this here guy.
Hey, I got one.
Oh,
okay.
What's up?
So, you know, in How High, the Ivory,
yeah,
the buddy that died and then grew into their plans.
Yeah,
and then
Christopher Walken, can you tell me about it?
He smokes his buddy.
Yeah, and then like,
You know, Ivory.
you know, Ivory.
I like that, Ivory.
Yeah, he smokes his buddy.
His buddy.
He's smart. He sees things.
Good, Blair.
Yeah.
Blair did a little walking for us.
Really? I'm never
I
doing
did
it
it.
again.
Blair is like that fucked up where she could just slip into
I
a
would
walk-in.
never in my life slip into a walk-in.
Never heard you.
Oh,
on
it's
a
never
walk-in.
happening again. It felt wrong.
Sounded right. You were onto something there.
Make sure to hold tight in the back, or you know, whatever.
Let's go.
Let's go. You get out there. You go. You know,
My little
It's
soldier,
like,
you know.
Like, okay, old man, and then like.
Okay, old man. You be a good soldier.
Okay, General.
Okay,
Never
janitor.
even heard you fucking say a word in the 10 years you worked here. Holy shit.
Thank you, janitor.
That is all.
Now let's sip on it, relax. We're going to have fun. So go hide anywhere in the house, and I'll go find you.
Meh.
Fava, your suspension continues. All right, Blair, you got to get one. I thought you were going to get that one.
I like this game.
Really?
Shut up, Blair.
I love that that's how it is.
Oh.
There's only one way to end this.
I really think we cleaned it up this season.
Yeah.
That was toned down, family friendly stuff. Didn't even get into the games, which we did every episode, guest or not. And that was the drunkest, most wild part of every episode.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guest really opened up. Blair gets boom-howard. Tyler was working on a perfect season. It was just a few episodes left.
Yeah.
We had our first guest get a perfect game, which still keeps me up at night. Man, I've been told those clips were left out to potentially make for a bonus random finale-sode to be released over break.
Ooh, director's cut.
And it will be a break.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah, when we come back in late 2024, fresh off of Avatar 3, we will be fresh and ready to make fun of it. Already eager to debate who's going to get next year's Fassbender Award.
Oh.
It's the big one.
I'll be jumping up over here.
Speaking of the big one, new Dream Car giveaway over at 8080. Until January 15th, each dollar gets you an entry to win a brand new GTR plus $40,000 in cash. You do not want to miss out. Nor do you want to forget to check out SomethingCrunchy.com, where you'll find every episode, our links for social media, and the Almighty Crunch Store, where you'll find all kinds of crunchy gear showing that you are a proud citizen of Crunch Nation. Thank you to all of our guests, all the bands and artists provided by Song River at Cowgirls Inn Entertainment, our affiliates and sponsors, you two for joining me every week, and of course, our listeners. Keep an eye out for news on Something Crunchy hitting a local radio station near you. West Coast listeners should be able to hear us every Saturday night. More details to come. This has been another season of Something Crunchy, and as always, don't ever forget to live your crunchiest life.
And be crunchy to one another.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and all that crunchy good shit. Thank you for listening.
Oh shit, I didn't press record.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh.
No, you didn't.
We're good.
Fucking dick.
Feels fucking weird.
It's the lighting.
It's the beard.
It's the bearding.
It's the beard. Remember when you just had the random urge to shave it off?
Why'd you do that, man?
She asked me.
Who?
Harper.
Pickle?
Yeah.
This is all pickle.
All right, let me get some clips going, and then we can just suck and puff and laugh our way through it. I'm excited.
It's my favorite.
Welcome to another season of Suck and Puff.
H&R Suck and Puff.
Oh. Full flavored.
I'm into it.
Full flavored.
Oh. All right, now it's time to get nastiest.
Let's get nasty.
Really
Ooh, Mr. Nasty.
Oh, Mr. Nasty time.
Mr. Nasty time. Blair, this is only nasty.
Whoa.
Good Blair's mane right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, Blair's all mane and tail. Check out mane and tail. The blowout. Check out Blade Dunaway over here.
Need a beard and a schwaz.